అదంటే ఏం రావట్లేదు. ఎవరు క్లియర్ ఆయిల్ ఉంటుంది సో అది అక్కడికి ఎందుకు వాక్యం పడే
Yes, please rest all. Mute yourself.
ఇండియన్ రెస్ట్ తీసుకోండి ఏం కాదు. ఏముంది
Hello, excuse me. Who is that? Please mute yourself. Or else I'll mute you all.
Number 95 91 9495.
Yes, am I audible to you all? Is the screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, madam.
can I start the class or shall I wait for 1 or 2 minutes?
Please start the class, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, today I'm going to introduce you about the Java programming language. Actually, why this programming language was introduced, that is very, very important to be noted by everyone. Actually, we have programming language before Java is C language. What was the drawback by using C language? Not only drawback, what could be not more advantageous to the end user? That is the point we focus upon Java. Here, C language is not a platform independent and it does not support polymorphism, inheritance. Polymorphism means many forms of same function name. Inheritance means acquiring properties from one function to the other function. Such kind of features are not there in the C language, which are advancedly provided in our Java language. So most of the software developing coding will be done in the Java language. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the Java programming language. Before going to it, I just want to discuss some objectives. What is meant by an objective? The keynote of it. The one and only one keynote about the Java language is it is a platform independent. I can write it in one place, but I can run it in anywhere. That is what platform independent. And this particular language was developed by James Gosling in the year 1991 with the help of Microsoft system, with all the features concluded in the C and C language are abundantly used in our Java. With all the advanced libraries, with the help of JDK, they are able to communicate with all kinds of libraries. JDK means Java Development Kit. And in order to implement this particular Java programming, we need to have IDEs. That means integrated development environment in which we will be writing our code in the notepad and we will be executing it on the IDE. And remember one point, whenever we are writing in any of the programming language, we need to save the file with its extension. Whereas for the C language, it's an extension with .c. When you run the program, it gets converted into .exe file. Whereas when coming back to the Java, it's an extension of .java. While you are executing, it will be converted into .obj file and executable file. Okay. So whenever you want to do any executions in the Java, you need to follow the principle of extension of .java, right? And this particular Java is a platform independent, and we can run as many programs as we can. And the history behind this language is James Gosling was initiated to develop it in the year 1991. Later, the project by the name Green and was finally recommended as Java. And here we are having so many Java related codings: Core Java, Advanced Java, J2EE, and J2SE and all. Meanwhile, we are learning about the basic steps of your Java, that is Core Java. Okay, which is run by FUS. FUS means open source software, free open source software. Java is generally developed in JDK, and IDEs are used to execute them. And this is a free hand language. That means freely I can write whatever the programs I just want to write it. And all the interfaces, packages, applets, swings, AWT are some of the advantages or help needed things which are used to develop the Java coding. Okay. And the important point here is most of the popularity in our country are full-fledgedly using Java, not the C nor the Python. But nowadays, artificial intelligence came into the picture to more affordably, more libraries are indulged into it. So nowadays it is using Python, but mostly all the trending companies will utilize Java much, right? So next, moving to the next important point, that is the evolution of Java. That means where does this Java got evaluated first? In which scenario it got developed, and what was the cause intention of it? Those all things we will be looking into this point. As usually, I said that it is supported by a GUI, graphical user interface programming, with the applets and swings and AWT. AWT means abstract window toolkit, which is used to perform multiple operations in a single scenario. That means multiple functions I can do it in one single program, right? Then Java had released the first version as 1.1, and the major features and added versions are 1.2. Then it is well known with the version of Java 2 platform, and mostly by supporting all the extensions and all the well-known GUIs are much supported in Java 5 version, which is very, very familiar. Later on, standard extension, entrepreneur edition, and micro edition, then advanced Java, J2EE. This all came into the picture. But mainly we will focus upon the JMS, EJB, JMS. Here, Java messaging service was there. Java mail servicing was there. JMS is meant for two words. Remember these two words? Java messaging service and Java mail service. Simultaneously, Java Beans is very, very important topic, which is included in your scenario a little bit, but not into the depth. Okay. Java Beans means it is an additional program to your Java, which will perform the validations, verifications of your database storages and all. Okay. This is what the basic background of your Java language. Then features of Java, which is very, very important, and it was asked in the previous years and all. So please look at these features, ma. First one, already I told you, it is a platform independent. What is meant by platform independent? Write in one system, use it anywhere you want to use it. Where there is an ID into your system, there I can write it. So by the one single word, it can be called as Vara. Write once, run anywhere. Okay. Functionally, this is a major advantage of your Java instead of using your C or C++. Okay. Security. What is meant by security? Unauthorized persons accessing our files should be unwanted. It should not go on. So there should not be any useful access to all the people. There should be restrictions, right? Such kind of restrictions will be maintained by this Java well-fledged. So building of a security manager is very, very important, right? Next one is industry accepted. What is this industry accepted means? What industry is expecting, that is getting done by this Java. C does not support such kind of industry needs, whereas Java supported. So industry expected, whatever it is expected, that is given by the Java, mostly Oracle and IBM, Red Hat, all these things are made by this Java free. Line say Java is similar and no drawbacks. It doesn't look like much complex like your C language. In order to implement a single task in your C language, it performs multiple things to be accessed. Whereas in this I'm sorry, a small bit of net connection issue with me. Okay. Yes, Amul. Why did you raise your hand? Yes, Amul. Yes, someone raised the hand, ma. Can I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then simple and safe means always remember one single point that in our C language or C++, it's not that much easy to implement. A lot of code is written. Whereas in the Java, with lot of packages and interfaces, no need to write that much code. I'll just indulge that particular function with our usage. Okay. Next one, object-oriented. Object-oriented means OOPS concept. What is meant by OOPS concept? Abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. What is meant by abstraction means I'll just provide you only what are the methods are there, but I'll not provide what is that method is doing. That is what abstraction. I'm not defining the definition of the methods. I'll just declare it. Then encapsulation means wrapping up the methods and variables into a single unit is an encapsulation. Inheritance, acquiring the properties from one base class to the other class. Polymorphism means with the same name, multiple functions are getting loaded. For multiple purposes, the same name I'm using, that is what the polymorphism. Flexible. What is meant by flexible? What are the functions are there related to your interface or package? They are very much utilized for your coding purpose. What is your task? According to your task, the functions will be having inbuilt methods in it. So they are very flexible for you to utilize them. Okay. Robust means they are very, yes, they are very, what is the meaning of robust?
Strong.
Yes, they are very, that means whatever the variables you are defining or whatever the function you are writing, whatever the definition you are defining or inbuilt function, whatever you are using, they are very much predefined in the packages. Just we need to use them. All right. Fast execution will be fast. Multi-threading means multiple threads will be there according to the invocation of the coding. Right. Then a brief point related to your C, C++ and Java. C language, this is very, very important. Ma. Try to analyze these differences very clearly. I'll just look it into only 5 points. Please look into them. Yes. In C language is a structured code with some syntax rules. What are the syntax rules? It has to be started with the main function. It has to have variable part, then the expression part, then the statements and all. Particular format is there for the C language to be followed. Then C++ compatible with C source code except for a few special cases. What is the C++ will be doing? It need not bother about the variable declaration, whether it is local or global, whatever it is, but it will follow some exceptions will be there. some cases it will ignore. Mostly it follows the syntax of C++ and C. Java will follow all the syntax and rules. It will not omit anything. It follows as it is. But the thing is, the functions are well advanced. That's it. Does not support object-oriented programming. What is meant by object-oriented programming? OOPS concept, just now I told you. Abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. Such kind of things will not be supported in your C language. Yes, function overloading, operator overloading, same function name with different types of arguments will not be accepted in the C language. Whereas C++, it supports it. Extends object-oriented programming. What? By using what it will support? Overloading, operator overloading and function overloading, like that it supports. But full-fledgedly, all kinds of OOPS properties can be satisfied in the Java. Then, C language, write once, compile anywhere. What is meant by compile anywhere? I have to save back into another system, then compile and execute it. That is what there in the C language. Even in the C++, it is also same. Whereas in the Java, on one IDE, if you have been saved and you have run over there, then another time you can run it on any other IDE linked up with the system. That is what the thing of write once, run anywhere. Someone is writing something, please don't make it. Please don't disturb the class. Always procedural programming. Allows procedural programming. What is meant by procedure? A block of statements. Always it supports such kind of block of statements only in our C language. Whatever the task you want to do it, please write it in a function and call it in the main, then execute it. Right? Even the same procedure will be followed in the C language. And in the Java, they got changed to generic programming. That means by using templates, taking a template of one single programming, giving multiple values to that template, then executing the program. That is what generic programming. That is done how? We'll see with an example. Right? Runs as native executable machine code for the target mission instruction set. What is the meaning of it? Always execute the program in the target machine only. Where you have written, please there only you execute it. Even the C++ supports the same way. Whereas Java runs on the virtual machine. Right? Are you clear so far with the differences? Please remember this, the major important point. What is that means? In C and C++, we'll use include statement to include the header files into the program. Whereas in the Java, we'll be using import because we are importing with the help of packages and interfaces. Right? In C and C++, we are using include statement. Whereas in the Java, we'll be using import statement. Another major difference is in C and C++, we'll have the main method as an outside of all the classes and constructor. But in the Java, whereas it could be in either of the class or it can be in any of the functions. Right? So this is about the differences between them. These are the some of the differences. Still, if you want to refer, you can refer it, but mainly 5 differences are enough. Okay? Yes. Please, standard extension of your Java. Standard extension of your Java. What does it support and how it will be used? What are its basic execution steps? How we need to save it? That is very, very important. So please, I'll just give you a small example. First, how to write a Java program? Yes, please click on the start button, open the notepad, whatever the thing you want to write it, please write it and save the file with the extension of .java. Save the text file with the extension of .java and it is compiled at the IDE. Please go to the runtime. That means on the run method, open the command prompt. In the Java, where you have saved that particular file, please go to that particular folder then cc space file name dot java. Are you able to follow me? Like that, we can conclude. Okay, first, please look at here. First, we are going to, this is the way of your Java execution, ma. Please look at this first. Java code, you need to write it in your notepad. Then compile the Java program. That will get converted into bytecode. That is zeros and ones and all. Then after, what are the necessary methods definition should be there. Those can be loaded from your previous classes. After that, bytecode verifier will be there, which will verify the necessary function definitions were imported or not. Then after, Java interpreter. Do you know the difference between an interpreter and a compiler? Interpreter will verify the lines of code one by one, whereas the compiler will compile all lines of code at a time and it will display the error message at the end. Whereas interpreter, it will predict, it will find the errors by line. Once there is an error in the line, it will stop compiling the next method at all. It won't go to the next line. Until and unless the first line error got rectified, it won't go. So that is the difference between an interpreter. But Java is an interpreter-oriented method, so it will follow that. Then the runtime method, runtime, whatever the input you want to specify for that program, you need to specify. Then the output. These are the basic steps what Java programming will be done, right? And before going to the other concept, I need to tell you one important point. What is that means? We need to set the path for the Java variables. We need to install our JDK. And for the Windows 7, this is what the website that guru99.com/install.java.html is one of the way where we need to install our JDK, and we need to set the path and class path. Path and class path are the variables that must be set according to your JDK into your jar files, which are there in your Java library. Okay, and these are the variables to be specified by the user who is using the Java in your system, right? So this is how a simple way of showing the methods, right? Under the variables, under your properties, you will be using environmental variables. Under that, we are having edit option. Under the edit, you want to change the class path. Whatever the variable you have saved the jar file into your C drive or whatever the F drive, from there you need to copy and paste it over here, right? Then press on the OK button. Then your class path is set. Then please press on the another variable name. Please set it as a variable name as path. Then start setting the value up till the jar file. Then press on the OK. And please look at here. This is a very simple program you need to write in order to print a hello world in your programming language. So first thing is we need to open a text editor. Either it could be a WordPad or Notepad, but always open the Notepad in the Windows, not the WordPad. Okay. The first message in your C language, what you will be writing? Hash include. That is header file inclusion. In the same way, we need to include the java.lang. That means Java language.star, util.star, some predefined functions like printf. Those kind of functions we will be writing here. All right. So import java.lang.star, import the statement. Then always remember the prototype of the Java program is class should be with the access specifier, either public, private, or protected. Always it's better to go with public for the unsecured or which is not needed with security. Please go with the specifier as public. So public class hello world, which is what this is a class declaration. And here open the curly braces, which indicates that you have started a class with the name of hello world. And remember one thing, whatever the class name has been given, give the same name to the file name. continue the same name. Don't change the name of the class. Don't even change the, it is a case sensitivity, ma. Please don't even change the cases also. H is a capital letter. Please save the file name with the H as a capital letter. And don't give spaces and give the extension as .java. Then the main method we need to write where our execution will begin. So the prototype to write the main method is public static void main. In that the argument is of string type, string args of array, right? Then open the main method. The function in order to print a statement on the output screen will be printf statement in your C language. Whereas in your Java, as it is an OOPS concept, everywhere the object has to come into over here. So the object is system.out.println. Within the double quotes, whatever has been specified, that will get printed on it. So hello world. Then close the braces of the main method. That means main method is getting closed now. Then close the class which have been defined. What is the class name? Hello world. Right? Save the file with the convenient location. That means wherever you are in need to store it, please store it there. Right? Usually we'll save it in the D drive. Right? Then the class name should be saved with the file name .java. Then through the program, 2 lines of codes will get included and it imports the files, it saves the class, it invokes the main method, and additionally it performs its own task, what is given in that main method. So what is there in the main method? Only hello world. So it will build that particular statement on your output IDE, right? And remember one single line of thing, that is 2 slash lines are given means it is a single line comment. Slash star then ending with a star slash means it indicates that it is a multiple line comment. Okay. Yes. Here in order to, this is very, very important, ma, how to run your particular Java code. So once you save the file, please move to the run command prompt. With the help of the run, please go to command prompt. Please move to that particular folder where you have saved. In the D drive under Java code, you might have been saved in it. So into that folder you need to go. Then please type javac space file name .java. That particular thing will compile you the code, right? Then after compiling, please look at the output by using java space hello world. Okay. For running, for executing. Hello. Please unmute mute yourself, Tanvir. Always remember this, java.lang.util.star is a package where it will be having the system.out or system.in, cin, cout will be there in your C++. Whereas here, system.out.println with the help of an object, we will be invoking the methods. Okay. Am I clear? These are some predefined functions which are used for your variable declaration and all. Let us see the next example program with a small input. Here it is taking one scanner help. That's the reason we are importing util.scanner. Scanner means through the keyboard, I just want to give one variable and I just want to do certain calculations. For that purpose, we have used util.scanner. Okay. Please go through with the definitions of class method, class variable, class path, declaration, default. Default is a keyword, ma. It's an optional value in the switch statement, but it is not mandatory. Okay. Can I go with the next one? Data types, or shall I repeat the execution once again?
Ma'am, whatever you said before, is that class method? Means
Yes,
class
it is
topic.
class. Basic introduction of your Java.
Okay, basic introduction is a class. Means remaining Python, C, C++ will come data types and all, right?
Yes, it will come in the coming up classes. I'll tell you data types and all. Now only I'll discuss data types.
Okay.
Are you clear so far how to write a Java program? How to run it? Yes, let's go to the next topic, that is Java data types. What is meant by data type? Yes. What is meant by data type? Type of the value which I want to take into my program. What kind of value you want to take into your program, whether it is a character or some number or some fractional value or some real value or any negative number. Such kind of different values you are taking now. Those values are specialized into certain data types. That data types we are going to discuss right now. Okay. Please look at this very clearly. In Java, variables are objects and each variable is created by a new keyword. Always, in order to create any variable, we need to take a new keyword. And the syntax for writing it is very simple. Previously, we have seen no new dot scanner. The same way we need to write it even here also. Whenever you are in need of any variable, we will be writing it. Is the screen was visible or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone is telling that it is not visible. I just want to convey it once. Okay. And one important point is each variable in Java should have a name and it should start with only alphabet or an underscore. That's it. Beyond that, if you are giving any digit means it won't accept. Variable name should start with either alphabet or an underscore. Beyond that, if you want to give anything, it is not acceptable. Okay. Please look at this syntax very clearly. Here, string S. String is a data type which is a collection of characters. String S. Variable name is what? S. And the operator here is what? New, which is of type string. This is an initial value. So what is the input it is taking? This is an initial value. With what keyword it is used to get declared? New. Right? Then please look at this primitive data types. What are there in your Java and which are get supported? And what is the size of it? Generally, you'll be getting this in your short answers. For the Boolean, actually we know that either true or false. If it is true, it is 1. If it is false, it is 0. So is it 1 bit enough for it? Yes. So its type is Boolean. Char. Char means we'll be having mostly alphabets, special symbols, inverted codes and all. Those all comes under this character, which is of 16-bit, minimum what, maximum what. And what is the type allocated with it is character type. Byte. Byte means 8 bits, 128 numbers, 1 byte. That can be called as a short range of your integers. Not completely integers, very short range. That is only up till 128. Then short int, whereas integer is very used data type for all purposes. Char, int, float, double. We don't even use double much. We'll be using either character, integer, float. Okay. For integer, the range is up to 2 to the power 31. Approximately it takes 32 bits and the data type is integer. And float 32 bit, the range is different, float data type. Double, the size is different, 64 bit. So these are the basic data types which are defined in the Java compiler. And there are some automatic variables, automatic data types are given into this Java, right? And how to declare them means, please look at here a small example. Char C is equal to some single quotes X, which indicates that it is a character value. Always remember, whenever you include anything into the single quotes, it indicates that it is a character. Then float, here double times float was there, ma. Please don't accept it, it's an error. Float space value equal to some float value, whatever you want to give it. Suppose you just want to read it at runtime, then the new keyword is used. Character obj is an object with the new under the function character, which will be able to read it at the runtime. Okay. And initially, these are the some of the examples related to your whatever it is, notations of your classes. Where is my class, my method, my note of it, public static. These notations are not that much important, but you just have a glance. Yes, this is very, very important. What is meant by an array? What is meant by an array? Yes. I'll tell you. It's a collection of more than one value under a single name. It has some limit of the variables count, how many values it has to be there. Even that is getting supported in the Java. Initially, they were initialized to the null values. Whenever you are entering any value into it, they will occupy the value by it. But previously, it will be null. Okay. Please look at the some of the key words. Abstract. Abstract means complete features will not be driven. Boolean, it's a data type. Break means to come out of the loop. Byte, 8 bits. Case, one of the conditional statement keyword. Catch, which is a keyword for the exception. Exception means unwanted thing or abnormal situation, right? Char is a data type, class is a keyword. What is meant by class actually? Class is a collection of methods and variables, right? Constant is a keyword. Continue means it is a conditional statement keyword which continues the next iteration. It stops the particular iteration and just go to the next iteration. Default, it's a keyword. Do, double, else, extends, final. Finally, there is a difference. Final is a keyword, final is a function name. Functionally, it will be there. Then float, for, go to, if, implements, import, instant of, input, interface, int, interface. Here, the thing what you need to be much careful is interface, package. These are the things additionally you will be learning in your Java. And private, protected, public. These are the access specifiers. What is meant by access specifiers means how far I can access this particular method. Is it accessible by everyone or is it accessible only to some extent? That I need to give a picture. Protected means it can be accessed only by the grandparents, will not be accessed by any, the one who inherits it, they can access it, but not the all the people. Public means it can be accessible by anyone. Private means it will be having the scope within that class only, right? Then try, catch, throw, throws. These are the exceptional keywords. Then this means this particular function or this particular object or this particular value, this dot file name or function name we will be providing. Volatile means changeable. Okay. These are the some of the keywords you need to know or you need to describe it in a single line. Okay. Then the next one is literal. What is meant by literal? It is called as a variable, right? So int val equal to 10. Here val is a literal. String str. Str is a literal. Variable name can also be called as a literal. And this is very, very short and easy one. The escape characters. Always remember the escaping characters are sequence characters where they are given with a symbol called slash. Symbol called slash, and this particular escape characters are important to perform a small words in our coding. So here the escape characters are and its ASCII values. Sometimes we are not able to know the what is the ASCII value of it, or to instead of writing that variable, I can even write the ASCII value. So try to remember this ASCII value and character note and its description for your program writing. First character is backspace. Backspace means one character back. Tab /t, null character. In order to specify any variable with 0, we'll be giving /0 in the single quotes. That indicates that it is a character of null. To the variable, I have to assign this null value. New line /n, garbage control, that is /r, double quote, single quote, blast slash. All right. These are the some of the escaping characters. All right. What is meant by typecasting then? Actually, typecasting can be called as type converting from one data type to the another data type. Automatic conversion will be there, that is implicit conversion. Even we explicitly can convert that by specifying to which data type we want to specify. So the variable new data type, look at here, new data type, variable type, variable name I have to specify, new data. Actually think I have taken int x equal to 10 and previous and next I just want to change that x to some other data type. So whatever the new data type you want to change it, please specify within the parenthesis followed with the variable name. Here is an example. Int x equal to 10. Later on, I have changed that x to of long type. Are you able to see it? Y equal to long of x or else equal to int of y. These are some legal way of explicit conversion. If I directly specify without the type conversion, no, it will show an error because it is defined with some other data type size and you are getting converted it into some other extent. How come it would be possible? For example, you have taken a variable of size 2 bytes and you are converting, you did not convert it, but you just want to save that in the 4 bytes. Is it possible to save it without conversion into 4 bytes? No. So before saving it in the 4 bytes, please change its size to 4 bytes, then save it. Got the point? So whenever you want to change the value into some other memory size, so please do the typecasting first. What is meant by typecasting? Type conversion. Type conversion are of two types, implicit and explicit. Implicit can be done by the computer itself. Explicit, the one user has to be do explicitly. We need to specify what we want to do. Okay. One small point, type promotion, Java always tries to convert the data automatically into the other type. That is what the promotion of data types into the new data type. From a byte or to the short, int, long, float, or from the short, it can convert to any other way. Always remember one thing, how the memory hierarchy was there from bit to byte, short, int, long, float, double, like that. I can even convert. The reverse can't be converted. Once the size has been given long, I can't cut it short. Once it is taken as short, I can increase it, but decrease of the size can't be possible. Okay. Please go through. These are the some of the strings to numeric values and numbers to string value. Have a note of it. Yes, did you note all the variables of character, sorry, string to number and string to, number to string? Yes, let's go to the next part of it. So, before going to this particular part of operators and control statements, let us look at these variables individually. First of all, if you want to take anything into a string, please give them in the double quotes, right? If you want to take any character, please specify the single quote, right? Don't forget to do that. That is very, very important, right? Yes, by concluding the operators, I'll end the class for today. But please look at this operators concept. Actually, in our in our Java language, we are having certain keywords, certain inbuilt functions, followed with certain operators and control statements. Whatever there in the C language, with some small extension, it got driven into your Java. So some of the operators we are discussing here, there are 4 categories of operators. Mathematical operators, which is well known to everyone, that is addition, subtraction. Even they can be performed by the unary operator or binary operator. That indicates means I can write it even like +2, -3, plus a, minus b, like that I can write it. Or I can write it as a plus b, 2 plus 3, a minus b, 5 minus 6. Like that, I can write it with a single operator, single operand, or by operands. That means 2 operands. Only addition and subtraction are unary and binary. Multiplication, division, modulus, they are binary operators. And increment, decrement are unary operators. Then plus equal to, minus equal to, multiplication equal to, division equal to, modulus equal to are the arithmetic assignment operators. What is meant by assignment? Whatever the thing there on the right side of your equal to will get assigned to the left side of your equal to. For example, I have taken A value as some 5, B value I have taken it as 1. Then I specified in the expression A plus equal to B. What it performs first? Whatever the B value was there, it will assign it here. First, what is that B value? 1. What is the expression there here? A plus. What is A value? 5 plus 1. That is 6. That is getting assigned to where? A. So what is the A value now? 6. That is what the expression taken here with the help of this arithmetic assignment operators. And increment, decrement means increase the value by 1 or decrease the value by 1. Here pre-increment is there, post-increment is there. Pre-decrement is there, post-decrement is there. Pre-increment means before printing it, please change it and then print. Suppose I have taken I value as some 1 and I just want to print it. It will print 1. Next, I just asked it to perform pre-increment first. Increment the value of I plus I. What it will do? Increment and then print. Previously, what is the value of I? That is 1. It has to get incremented now. So the value got changed to 2 now. Then post increment. Please look at this statement very, very clearly. If you have any doubt, please let me know here only. I'll just discuss some other example. Okay. Post increment means operator followed with the operator. I plus plus. First print, then increment it. The incremented value will be get affected in the next instruction. It will not be having any effect in the present execution. So what is I value? 2. First print 2, then change the I value to 3. So it will print the I value as 2 only. Next, if I want to print the I value, that could be 3 because I have incremented it before, right? Then pre-decrement is same like our pre-increment. First increased, here first decrease the value by 1, then print it. So the value of I as 2. Then post decrement means decrease the value after printing. First print it, then for the next instruction you just delete it. So that's the reason previously it got 2, then after it got deleted and it has been given as 1. Are you comfortable with these arithmetic operators? Yes. All arithmetic operations, are you clear so far? Yes, a small question was asked in the previous year related to this. Please try to be very clear with the increment and decrement while you are printing the output. Okay. Next, let us go to the next operator, that is relational operator. What is meant by relation? Bringing a common thing among them, whether they are equal or unequal, whether they are less or not. I am comparing among two things and I'm just justifying whether they are actually there or not. Okay. So here relational means less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to. Right? These are the things. And always remember one point. Relational operator return type is only a Boolean type, whether true or false. Okay. And always remember true is 1, false is 0. Don't get confused, everyone. It is fixed. Yes. Suppose if I take a small example, int x equal to 10 and y equal to 20. And I have written in the program that if x less than y, please return false, else return true. X less than y, return true. X is less than y, 10 is less than 20. Yes, it will return what? True. Else it will return false. This is how we are going to write this relational operators. Are you clear so far with the relational operators? Next, the logical operators. Logical operators can be performed upon the bits, not the values. So the values will be get converted into bits. For that, bits will perform these operations. Under this logical operations, we are having logical and, or, and not. What is meant by not? Not means it will not take that particular value. If it is 1, it will take it as 0. If it is 0, it will take it as 1. Logical not. Negotiation, it will make it. Logical or means what? Both the statements are true, then only you will be getting it as a true. Either of the statement is true, it is true. If both the statements are false, then only false. Right? Are you getting my words? Logical or means either of the statements or both the statements true means it is true. If both the statements are false, it is false. Logical and both the statements are true, then only true. If not, false. Either it could be both the statements are false or either of the statements are true also, it will be false. For example, for logical not, if I take the value as 1, the output will be given as 0. If I take the value as 0, the output will be given as 1. Whereas for the logical or, if both zeros, then it is taken as 0. If 0, 1 or 1, 0 or 1, 1, either of expression is true or both the expressions are true, it will be true. Logical and means both the statements are true, then only it is true. That is 1, 1 means it will give you 1. Either of it is 1 or both are false, it is false. So one small example related to your relational operators. Please look into it carefully. I value I have taken as 10, J value I have taken it as 20. I just want to print those two values first. So I am printing. Next, I greater than j. Is the condition was true? False. So what it will return for you? False. I greater than is false. Next statement. I less than j. 10 less than 20? Yes, it is true. It will return true for you. I greater than or equal to j? False. I less than or equal to j? False. I equal to j? False. I not equal to j? False. Sorry, true. 10 is not equal to 20. So the sixth statement would be true. Please look at this output. Rest all will be in between, 2 will be false. Rest all the things will be true. Next, please look at this small statement. I less than 10 and j less than 10. What is this? I less than 10 and j less than 10. What I less than 10 will return is I. What is I? 10 less than 10, huh? No, it will return false. That is 0. And j less than 10, 20 less than 10? Yes, true. It will return 1. What is the operator given here? Logical AND. Logical AND means both should be 1. But first one I got it as 0. Second one I got it as 1. So the value will be 0. That means the execution of I less than j and j less than, sorry, I less than 10 and j less than 10 will be false. Got it? Then the next last expression over here, that is system.out.println of I less than 10 or j less than 20. I less than 10, what is that? 10 less than 10? False. That is 0. Or j less than 20. J value is what? 20 less than 30. The condition is true. It will return 1. 0 or 1. What could be the statement? It is true. According to the logical operators, either of the statement is true means the expression will be true. Remember this particular point. Okay. The note point here is always the Boolean value will get converted into true or false with a single bit. You won't get it as true, false as an output. Either 1 or 0, you will be getting it on your output screen. Okay. And never we don't use muchly that double not equal to comparison. Very rarely we will be using.
అరే జావా ఆపరేటర్ చెప్పింది మీ
Hello, who is that? Please mute yourself. Today we have discussed about the introduction and previous background of your Java, followed with some how to write a Java program, how to run it, how to save the path of it, followed with some operators, basic operators and data types. Please go through with your notes, and if you have any doubts, we'll just discuss it in the tomorrow's class. Am I clear? You may leave now.
Actually, I have small.
మొఖాన్ని దెంగతా మరి సాయి
ఏంద్రా దెంగేది నేను కూడా దెంగతా ముఖానికి నీ పిచ్చగుట్ల మొహంలో చెప్పు బట్టలు కావాలంట వీనికి బౌరూపులో వెళ్ళే మధ్యలో ఎందుకు వస్తున్నావురా ఓరైతా షాయి ఇంటికి రాబు ఉంటా అంటాడు ఇంకా ఉచ్చి ఎత్తాది నా
I don't know who is Rajita. Can you please mute yourself?